Okay. What up? Okay. I'm gonna mess around on Grand Cross for a few minutes before this starts. Just to mess around, get my dailies sort of worked on a little bit. And then we will see what is up. Okay. Whew. Still don't get used to waking up early for these. What's up, Isaiah? What's going on, Chris? What up? Hoo. Hello, Aaron. What is up, man? How's your morning? Pretty good so far. I mean, I woke up at 6:30, so I've only been awake for like 20 minutes, but I let the dog out and everything. We're chilling. Nothing too crazy going on just yet. What's going on, Jarvis? What's up, man? Hello, Dulce. See what I asked? Zam. Yeah, I replied. I think that would be kind of cool. The problem is I play PvP to like pad out videos and stuff like that during off weeks and everything. So if I'm already in like Challenger or like Champ 1 or something like that, and we do a stream, like more than likely it's going to be just a ton of bot matches and stuff. But it would be kind of cool. I do like doing little streams and stuff like that. Most of the time there's just not really a reason to do them. Like there's no like actual content to mess around with, but that could be actually a pretty interesting idea. My poor gyms won't make it if this is another festival. I know. I have no idea what they're thinking with this one. Like, I really don't, because like, we just came out of the Arthur festival. Lots of people were wanting Arthur, which I don't know. If it's a Gowther, like best case scenario for Gowther, he's going to be like a Sins and an Unknown buffer. And if you're either already invested into the human team or you're already invested into the demon team, there's probably not going to be that much use in you having him. Like I mean, he could be good. Don't get me wrong, but like you might be able to skip the character. But even then, most people summon like strictly for like festival banners and stuff like that. So the fact that like they typically stick to some sort of schedule on their like festival releases and stuff like that throughout the year, and like all of a sudden they're like, hey, like let's do a spring festival. Like this year's already been a little weird because normally we have like a festival or like a collab slot sometime in between this festival that we're in and the anniversary as well. And we've already had a collab this year in January with the Tower of God thing. Like, and I mean, although it was only 3 characters, like none of them were free, so you still had to summon, basically like it was a regular collab because they didn't give one out for free. So you still had to summon for 3 characters because they didn't give us the 4th one. I don't know. It's just very, very bizarre. I have no idea why they're doing it like this, or like what the plan is, or I don't know, like what made them want to just all of a sudden say, "Hey, Gowther needs a new unit," which I'm completely fine with Gowther getting a unit. Don't get me wrong. I think Gowther's a fantastic character. He definitely is like neglected as far as like the Sins characters goes, but was this really the best time for this? I don't think so. I really don't know what to think. Like, I don't know. It's just very bizarre that they're just randomly doing this out of nowhere, so not really sure what they're doing. The dog is not used to me being up this early. Oh, it's kind of weird. How's the other big dog? He's chilling, man. He he was all cuddled up in the chair or in his little bed, like sleeping, and I walked in here and just petted him a little bit to get him up, and he was just like, "What are we doing? What are we doing up? It's weird. What are we doing?" I had to take him out. He's good though. He's probably gonna end up. Yeah, he's trying to get under the covers right now. He's gonna go back to sleep. Need to prepare for summer and fall festival too. Yeah, see, it's so odd because like normally we get the JP anniversary at the end of May, and that's not too far away. Like, you know, with us just getting out of the Arthur Festival and stuff, you know, people are gonna need to recoup all of the gems that they've spent, and it's just a really bad time to throw a new festival character into the mix just all of a sudden. So, just kind of weird, kind of weird. Fitz Wheelchair Gother would he be a known or demon commandment? He would definitely be a demon commandment. I think. I assume that he's a demon. I know that a lot of the commandment characters are kind of like spread out through, or what I say a lot, like Gluxenia and Droll are not necessarily demons, but they are commandments. So I'm pretty sure he was a demon. I don't know too much about that Gother specifically. I don't really, I'll be honest, I'm one of the guys who doesn't really care about that Gother that much. I know a lot of people want that Gother, but I don't really care about him to be fair. But, you know, I think he's a demon, and if we do get that one, I'm pretty sure he would be a demon character, but demons don't need support right now. I'll tell you that right now. So it would be really dumb if they were like, "Hey, let's give the human team some support finally, and we're going to release Arthur, and then all of a sudden we're going to release Gelda and bring the demon team back and counter Arthur in the middle of his festival, and also we're going to make another festival and counter him even harder and make another demon character to make sure that they're staying on top, baby." Like, like that would just be so stupid to me. I don't know. Watch them make Gother be the perfect counter to Arthur. I'm hoping that, I think the best case scenario is if Arthur is, or if Gother can be countered by Arthur on the unknown team, then they could make it to where, because the unknown, or the human team is mainly single target focused, which is good. Because, you know, on the unknown team you could run like Hell, or like characters that really just like prevent AoEs and stuff like that, like Halloween Merlin, for example. So if they're able to make the unknown team counter the demon meta and make it to where, you know, Gother counters Gelda, Gelda counters Arthur, and then Arthur counters Gother, then it's a decent triangle. You'd have a good sort of solid meta in PvP. It's been a while. Like it's pretty one-sided most of the time. There's like one team that typically dominates PvP, and then there's like a little bit of counterplay, but not a whole lot of counterplay. But if there's three different teams in the meta that counter each other, then there could be a good healthy meta to sort of like balance things out, which would be awesome. But I don't really anticipate them doing that because they're pretty bad at balancing the meta. So I have no idea what is in store with us, or for us, on this in this patch, but we shall certainly see. Watch Gother have Fest Gother debuff, attack seal tied to it. I don't know. Gother does seem to have like a small reputation for like attack sealing and stuff, because obviously the red one was really annoying with it. And then if you could get the level 3 for Festival Gother, you could get an attack seal. Oh, come on. Yeah, let's go. But the level 3 on the Festival Gother is pretty few and far between. Like, it's really hard to get that one, actually. So I don't really tie him to attack seal too much. I kind of hope that he's like a DPS or something, because that would be really, really cool. I think that would be pretty neat. But I don't know. We'll just have to kind of wait and see kind of what he does. I don't know. It's super odd. Like, I don't know if they're planning on doing the new Demonic Beast with this patch. Like, if they're going to add Ratatasker, or what is the, you know, I don't know what the whole point of, like, adding this festival all of a sudden out of nowhere is, but I guess we'll see. This is kind of debuff heavy. Do you want this Gother to disable passives? God, disabling passives would be way too crazy. I think that would immediately counter Arthur, and I think that would be terrible for the game right now. I think disabling passive, like there would need to be some sort of like big requirement to that for that to even be like remotely okay, because passives are like the only thing keeping some characters alive. Like, you know, like it would definitely counter everybody. You know, like Gelda would get countered because her cards don't have skill effects, basically. Like, you know, if she's not gaining HP or like whatever, then, you know, she's kind of bad. That would be a little much, I think. But who knows? I don't know. Disabling passives could be very interesting. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's like it's such a strong concept that I think it would be inherently overpowered. But who knows? Maybe there's a way to balance that. DPS Gowther would be fire. I think it could be kind of cool, because I have an HP defense set for Gowther, like for green and red Gowther. I have an HP crit damage set for the Festival Gowther. But there's not really ever been a reason to run like an attack crit set or anything like that. So I think it could be kind of interesting if that was the case. Like I could actually build an attack crit set for him. But I don't know. I feel like Gowther's inherently just like a supporty sort of sin because of the fact that his ability is what it is. So disables holy relics. See, that could be cool, but they are so bad at giving characters holy relics that I don't know that it would actually be a worthwhile thing. Like, they would have to start actually pumping out holy relics. And another problem with that is that the fact that, like, all newer characters tend to not get their holy relic for, like, a year or more, then, like, you're really only countering, like, old units that are already kind of bad. So there's not even really a good reason to disable a holy relic, you know what I mean? Disable stat increase. That could be very interesting, actually. Stopping Gelda from getting like the HP that she needs. It would also stop Gowther from getting the HP that he needs. I think the biggest problem is I want the Gowther to counter the I want him to counter Gelda and the demon team without killing off completely the human team, because the human team just got into the meta. I'm a little biased because I do actually really like the human team. Don't get me wrong. I would main the human team as my regular team if I'm not streaming or like doing videos and stuff like that. But it doesn't make any sense to add a brand new festival character that is for the humans and then just absolutely just dominate him out of the meta. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. So it's already weird enough that Gelda is kind of doing that, but I don't know. Very odd. Maybe Gowther has an AoE that seals ult orbs, and his ult is 10% buff for the entire team that cannot be removed. See, that's another problem, though, because if you disable ult orbs, then or if you seal ult orbs, then Gowther can't get, or Arthur can't get his passive. I you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of cool concepts that you can do, but if he counters Arthur any more than Arthur's already been countered, then it's Jover. Like, it's not going to be a good time for the meta at all, because then it's just going to end up being either like unknowns on top, or it's going to push humans completely out of the meta, and it's just going to be unknowns and demons, which is bad. Gelda's not a fest. Oh, I mean, yeah, Gelda's not a fest. She feels like a fest level character, but she's not a fest. Watch Gowther set opponents back to a lower grade. God, that'd be funny. Got 200 gems in a dream. Well, I think hopefully they understand that this is a really terrible time and everybody's going to be low on gems. Like, I understand this is kind of sort of, a business strategy in a sense, but I don't know. I really hope that they're planning on giving out a decent amount of gems during this festival or something. Is the Korea stream doing one? Like, are they doing a Korean stream? It does not look like it. That is also very odd. Korea typically does streams for festivals. So the fact that Korea is not streaming this is not a great sign. We'll see how it goes. Gowther will disable the game. That would be game breaking. Yeah, I seen somebody earlier say that he just disables your internet. That would be good. What is this scene with these deer in the background? That's the world tree. I have a feeling Ratatasker's in this update. I mean, that's pretty telling in general. What if Gother stopped stat increases on both sides? It would really be skill based. Yeah, I mean, sometimes they could make like cool characters and stuff that would like really change up the game. But I guess it just depends on how strong they end up being and how many characters get countered by them or whatever. Has to be an April Fool's joke. I don't know what they're doing, man. Looks like the roots of the world tree. Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure like the tree in the background, like this right here, that's the top of the world tree because you can see the blue like trunk on it. What's going on, Rugi? Must be hype with this update. Yeah, he probably is. Because I think, doesn't the Japanese voice actor for the game, doesn't he actually play the game? Like, haven't people seen him in PvP or whatever? How do you think it's going to be the Ratatasker? They've already announced that Ratatasker is coming to the game in one of the next couple of updates. I figure this is probably when it's going to happen. Considering that we have this, like, demonic beast looking, like, background right here. God of War Ratatasker watches over the deer for all the seasons. Oh, this is probably like 100% then. I haven't played the new God of War yet. I really hope that they bring it to PC at some point. I would love to play it. Gother's gonna lower HP passives for sure. Maybe. Much does Arthur really rely on stats from his passive? Well, so, I mean, have you ever tried to use Arthur's cards before he gets, like, his taunt off? It's pretty low. Like, his damage is pretty bad. He gets, like, a lot of, like, HP and stuff like that from his passive whenever he gets the taunt, and that's what makes his, he gains, like, max HP, and that's what ends up making his cards do more damage and everything like that. So, I think it's pretty important for him. He has his own channel and he streams too. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome then. Why is Netmarble doing this? I have like 30 gems. I don't know. I mean, hopefully, best case scenario, you're already invested into humans or demons and you can skip this festival and he's not that good. Worst case scenario, he is good and you just have to end up skipping and maybe pulling for him later. I don't know. We'll have to see. The fact that Korea isn't streaming is very odd because they always stream for festivals. So I have no idea what's happening. Prepared for the yapping. There is going to be a lot of yapping. I'll tell you that right now. Was confirmed new Demonic Beast is coming this update because they announced JP getting Demonic Beast reset this update. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's a pretty much a 100% guarantee then. Try the new solo leveling game? Nah, I don't know anything about solo leveling, so I don't have any real ties to it. When you think spring, you think of Kratos. Make Kratos the next banner. That's true. That's true. Kratos is coming back to Fortnite too, so it'd be a great time. Springtime is Kratos time. Saving for the 4 nights. Excited for them to get to the game. That I'm really hoping that that's like a really big like moment for the game. Like I really do hope that whenever they start doing the 4 nights content, it's gonna be like a really cool time to be playing. We'll see though. Gother disables either target cards or AoE cards, and you get to choose which one gets disabled on which card when you click it. Well, see, Arthur's team mainly uses single targets. So, like, if you shut down AoE cards with the unknown team, like, I'm okay with that, kinda. Like, it would be a little counterintuitive because you kind of want to use Hell on the unknown team. Like, you don't really want to seal AoEs too much, or else you're going to make it to where Hell is unusable, because, you know, that's one of the biggest ways she puts on stacks. So it would be a little bit counterintuitive to do that, but the demon team does use a lot of AoEs, so sealing AoEs could be helpful in that scenario. The problem is, if it's a red debuff, it's just going to be something that you give to Melee, and then he's just going to eat it and then gain stacks for himself. I don't know, there's just a lot of, like, weird stuff. Title of the stream is a masterpiece. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I really, I was in the studio cooking that up all day. I guess you would be right, because even Roxy and LR Escanor rely on stats from their relics to help Arthur. Yeah, there's just a lot. Like, there's a lot of stat reliant in the game. So, like, disabling stat stuff would be, it would be crazy. Like, it would be super strong. Me and my 1 gem are ready. Had to go 900 for Arthur and 600 for Gelda, 1 copy each. Dude, I feel that. I'm pretty sure I had to do the same, actually, because I don't think I have a single extra copy of either of the characters. So I get that. I do. Which, I mean, I guess, you know, I do make content, I guess, and I do spend money on the game, so I'm probably still in, like, a little bit of a better boat than, you know, a lot of players are. But even then, like, I get it. Like, I'm not necessarily happy about this. Like, it'll be kind of cool for, like, content, I guess, like, to play around with a new festival character or whatever, but, you know, I have to buy my own gems and everything, so I'm not extremely happy with the fact that I was like, okay, like, worst case scenario, I'll get, like, a collab coming out soon, and I'll have to buy the costumes for those characters, but, yeah, I don't, it's a terrible time for a festival. We'll see, we'll see. Didn't even think of that. Maybe a gray debuff, but then that would be bad since it cannot be removed. Yeah, gray debuffs are always like a really weird thing to deal with, because obviously, like, you can't do anything about a gray debuff. Whenever they added gray debuffs to the game, I can't even remember which character it was that added them, but I was like really not happy with gray debuffs initially, but as long as they're like somewhat okay and it's just like a mechanic that you have to work around that's not like too bad, like it's okay. You're not in the creator program? No, I'm not. I applied for it the first time. I didn't get in. I applied for it the second time, and I don't think they've announced anything from it, and I haven't heard from them, so I doubt I've got in. Oh well, though. Finished over 30 chapters of the story and have over 1,500, and now I have 350 because of how unlucky I was with the 2 banners. That's understandable. I think everybody's going to be in a pretty weird boat right now. Feeling really good about skipping Gilda so far. There you go. There's probably some people who are going to be really happy with this festival or like this Gowther, and you know, there's a silver lining in some of it. Like, of course, like most people who summoned for Arthur and everything are going to be in a weird spot. We'll just have to see. Watch LR Liz be nerfed with the new demonic beast. I don't know. We'll see. LR Liz is pretty strong, but okay. 150 gems is not too much. 30 tickets is interesting because that's like 90 gems worth of summons. So I guess, like, you know, that's almost 240 gems worth of value. Although a lot of people don't like when they do tickets because, like, some people are like, oh, I just want to save the gems for other banners and everything, which is understandable, but following this trend is probably going to be a collab during this festival. God, that would be insane. Like, I don't know what their motives are right now, but if they go, if they do any other like must summon like crazy good character, it's gonna be insane. I don't know. 150 gems, the disrespect. 150 is a little low. I mean, it's because it's not like an anniversary or anything. I'm not expecting a whole lot, so I don't know. We'll see. Because they typically only give out like good diamond rewards and stuff like that during like momentous occasions, and a spring festival just out of nowhere is not necessarily like a momentous occasion, you know what I mean? Which that doesn't warrant them, you know, coming up with this just out of nowhere as well. I don't know. This is odd. Fine with tickets if they give them in the first day or two. I'm taking the full 2 weeks is really annoying. Yeah, honestly, I think that was a really big issue that a lot of people had with it. Okay, what am I looking at here? Some sort of new chest with Hawk's nose on it. I actually like the way that that looks. It's actually kind of cool. Question mark, exclamation mark. Decent little rewards. Another 10 tickets from the... what are these, special missions or something? 2 UR pendants? 4, yeah, so that's 4 multis so far. Okay, you can get gems out of the question mark one. And then demonic beast materials out of the exclamation point. This one all day. This one's way better, in my opinion. Don't care about this one that much. I mean, like, I like the cosmetic materials and the gear stuff, but I'm more of a build my box up kind of guy. Please tell me a skip banner. I'm hoping that a lot of people are going to be comfortable skipping this, because a lot of people aren't going to have the gems to summon on it, and this really doesn't need to be like a must-have festival. What's the next summer festival? At the end of May, like towards the beginning of June, we should be getting the JP anniversary. No clue, no telling on like what the character is for it yet or anything, but yeah, that's when the next festival should be. When this festival, whatever this is, should have been, but we'll see. If you get all of these, then they are good chests. I doubt they're giving you everything in here. Considering that there's a 1 diamond and then a 3 diamond, it makes me think that there's like a chance to get like a single diamond or 3 diamonds out of the chest. I would imagine they're probably going to give you multiple of these chests if I had to guess. So, probably just going to be something that you get and you roll the dice on and see what you get out of it kind of thing. Who knows? And he pointing, he's like, I need that SA coin. Me too, buddy. Me too. I need that SA coin. Free Nidhogg relic since new Demonic Beast. I don't know. This would be a really good time to give one out, yeah. A lot of people are probably going to end up building probably Zeldris's because he's new and like interesting at the moment. I skipped Deanne because I had to, and everyone is using her in PvP. Yeah, that Deanne is actually pretty good. A lot of people... I completely think that Deanne was skippable. Like, she's not like a crazy must-have character. She's definitely really good to have for like the Demon King fight. And I like her more than the Red Deanne nowadays. I think if you're running like a Sins team, she's a good character to have, but I don't know. I'm assuming this go-through is going to be more geared towards the unknown team if I had to guess, but I could definitely see him still working on the Sins team as well. So who knows? Maybe you can just run either the old Deanne or a setup without a taunt or something with it. I have no idea. Why are they stalling so hard showing the unit? They always do this. You must be new, because this is JP specialty, baby. We're gonna be here for an hour. Strap in. This is the long haul. Show anything relevant yet? Just woke up. No, not really. They've shown like a little bit of like some rewards and stuff like that. We're apparently getting 150 gems and 4 free multis so far for whatever the banner is, but they've blacked out the tickets, so we haven't actually been able to see the unit on the ticket yet. Nice plushie. Which plushie? Are you talking about this little fella? He's nice. That's Takamichi from Tokyo Revengers. Oh boy, more LR seals, baby. I'm gonna be full. I'm gonna have to either transfer those into Chaos Crystal fragments or make some True Awakened characters, which I probably won't do. This is a marathon, not a sprint. That is very true. Is there a Korean stream? There is not a Korean stream. I have no idea why there's not a Korean stream. But, see, that makes me think that it's not a festival, because Korea streams for festivals. But this little symbol up here in the top right looks a lot like a festival, like banner. So, I don't know. What are these homeless rewards? I mean, it'll all kind of add up. I'm sure that there's more than just this too. So I mean, they can't give all the good rewards on like one specific event or anything like that. It'll get there, I think. It's a Summer Hawk Festival. Let's go. What do we need? We already have the green and red hawks, right? So we need the blue hawk. Blue Festival hawk gonna go crazy. Either that or we need wild. Wild would go crazy. Honestly, they gave out hawk for free on several banners. We need... You can tell that's Gowther, okay? You can tell. You can tell that's Gowther. His hair's a little funny looking, but you can tell that's Gowther. Oh no! What could that 900 gem payback reward be? Is that his SSR outfit I see? Oh wow. Very typical of you. Wild would be wild. I think wild would be awesome if they gave out, you know, because they do the free hawk units. If they did a free wild, I'd be on board. Not the other UR ready unit, dude. Yeah, UR. I don't know. I assume he's gonna be a UR if he's a festival because they go with UR characters now for most of the festivals, unless they are just random. Like if they make him a light or dark character, could be interesting, but I don't know. Looking like a UR Gowther. Yeah, it does kind of look like a UR Gowther at the moment, considering that there's no real reason to put an SSR costume in that, so... I don't know. I mean, they've already shown off a little bit that we're going to be getting a couple of free pendants and some UR pendants as well, so that might help alleviate a little bit, but... I get it. I get the concern. This is weird. This is not looking good for players. AoE rank up at level 1? I hope not. Hope this banner has a lot of meta units. Maybe. Very optimistic to think I could, or I can get 900 net marble. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what they're thinking. What is this? Awesome. Why am I looking at Jelly King? Oh no, Iku is here. Anthony. I don't think this is a relic. I could be wrong. Normally they show a picture of the relic. Oh, card set probably. Yeah, that would make sense actually. Awesome festival card set. Yes, yes. Yes, very interesting. King has a relic already? Very good point. With this treasure I summoned Christmas Roxy and then I got her in the multi. Damn, there you go. There you go. Christmas Roxy is a good pull. Prepare your cards. Think we will not get an SSR fest anymore. They seem to like try to go with some sort of trend. Like for the first 2 years of the game, it was regular festivals, and then year 3 was like the year of them coming out with like light and dark festivals for the whole year, and then they've kind of transitioned into pushing UR characters as like the new festival like mechanic. So I don't know. I would imagine like there's no point in them going back to old school festivals, but who knows? SR Festival. Now that's what I'm talking about. Who are those characters? Oh, these are the I think these are the April Fool's illustrations for the new festival characters, I guess, that they haven't done yet. I do be liking their April Fool's art. Got Gelda from a free multi, so my gems are packed for this. There you go, there you go. I'm sure some people are going to be able to summon and like have a good time with this festival, but most players are not, which is my biggest concern. Not gonna lie, the UR Fest character is so ass. If you gonna do that, at least give it to us at level 70. Yeah, it would be nice if they would alleviate that somehow, because like that many UR pendants is tough for a lot of players to do. So I get it, man. It's just awful. I like it to a certain extent, but the materials needed it's a little overkill. I don't know. It's just not like you would think that it would be a little bit more accessible in some ways. Like the fact that they don't even give you an SSR outfit, like he should just come with 2 UR outfits to start with. Like I don't know. if you're gonna have to invest that much, you need to have some sort of alleviation to it as well. New boss is the background. I just realized the door thing though. Yeah, I think this is looking like Ratatasker's background. What is this? 5 million downloads or some bullshit? They gonna give me 100 gems for this? More gems. Let's go. It's the SA coins for me. Burn through so many during UR and TA. Yeah, honestly, that's the reason why I don't True Awaken characters that much. Is because like requiring me to spend 36 of my SA coins whenever I'm already pretty stretched for SA coins in general. I'm just not doing it, man. Like I have so many of those chests in my inventory. Like, look, let me get out of the brawl real quick. Get out of this. Get out of this. Look at my inventory. I have all of these, which, I mean, I'm almost ready for an Unknown and a Giant. I have 158 of these just sitting in my inventory because I'm not True Awakening, because I don't have the SA coins to spare on that. Like, all of these people are, True Awakening their whole teams and stuff like that. That's fine and dandy. You gotta be a whale to do that, to be honest, because, like, I mean, I summon on every banner, don't get me wrong, but I ain't balling like that. Like, I ain't got all that. I'm more worried about trying to get my actual like box super awakened first. I think I'm like 20-ish characters away from maxing my box out. So I would rather max my box out first, and then I won't need to save all these super awakening coins as much. Like there's a better priority for me personally. They need to give us where did I just see that comment? They need to give us more limited clock tower. I know. They used to give us 2, and now they don't do that anymore, which is really dumb. Oh! Are they finally adding the UR to the guarantee? That's a small win. Like, I mean, that's not going to make up for the fact that this is a terrible time. But that's a small win. I'm like 900 away from finishing Gluttony, kind of bigger priority for me than TA. Yeah, honestly. I mean, True Awakening does give you a good amount of GP. I know a lot of the bigger whales and stuff like that, apparently they're skipping some of the LR characters, like Gloxinia, for example, to True Awaken more units, because it gives you, I think, 10 GP per character True Awakened, and then it's 10 GP per LR character, so why would you spend 100 LR seals on a character when you can True Awaken 10 and get 10x the GP for it? So, with a character like Gloxinia, who was a pretty bad LR, let's be honest. Like, I love Gloxinia, don't get me wrong. Shout out Big Man, but he did not live up to the hype. So, if you want to min-max rewards, he was an easy skip. Put LR Zeldris on the banner, imagine. That would be nice, honestly, if they would put some of the LRs on here for people to pull. I don't personally need him, but I do like seeing like good value for like the community and stuff on banners. Feel myself like a member of the Demon Clan when watching these streams. 3,000 years of waiting. That's fair. That is completely understandable. The JP streams go on for a while. They typically chat for a pretty long time. And the fact that KR's not doing a stream, like, they would have already shown a trailer with the new character in it. They probably would have already talked about the new character. They typically save the event stuff for last, and then they just yap for about like 30 minutes or so after everything's shown. Alright, here's Ratatasker. He kinda looking alright. He looks a little goofy. I gotta be fair. He looks okay. He doesn't look very menacing. Like, he looks a little angry, but he doesn't necessarily look like I would probably just kind of try to kick him, Like, he doesn't actually look like somebody I'm like gearing up to have a fight with. You know what I mean? Demonic Pokemon. That's really what he kind of reminds me of. He does like kind of look like a Pokemon. Bro isn't the enemy, we are. True. Why does Blood look like that? He does look kind of he looking a little goofy. I'll be honest with you. Which I think the idea behind this boss is that you're gonna fight other creatures as well. I think there's multiple targets that you're fighting with this one. I think that they were saying. Finna punt this poor innocent squirrel, dude. I gotta do what I gotta do. If I gotta get those holy relic mats, I'm gonna put my foot in his ass. And it's nothing personal, man. I need those mats. I gotta make those holy relics. I'll do what I gotta do. You gonna do what? Look, man, they're making me do this. They're doing this to me. They're making me the villain, okay? Pause. Escanor throws the son at a squirrel. I know, a squirrel just doesn't seem like the most likely the most likely enemy here, but it is what it is. We gotta fight this guy. We gotta beat him up, man. Maybe he can copy himself so that he will fight his clones. That could be kind of cool. Killing me right now. It's the morning. They're making me wake up early for a random festival I didn't ask for, man. You gotta make it lighthearted on this one. How you been? What have I missed so far? This Ratatasker stuff seems like the first actual interesting thing that they've shown. They did show off that we're getting some like free materials and stuff like that, free gems, some tickets and stuff like that for the new banner. They haven't shown the character yet, so you're safe in that regard. When's the update coming out? Normally, if they do a stream like this, the update will come out for JP and KR tomorrow, whenever the update drops. But for global, it'll be Tuesday for us, this coming up Tuesday. New emotes. I know. This actually is kind of cool. At one point they were like, "Oh, hey, we're going back to the pre-launch mindset," and I was like, "Oh, maybe we'll get new stamps and cool stuff that they really neglect." But they don't really give out stamps all that often. So new stamps. I know that 99.9% of players do not care about stamps, but kind of cool. I'll take it. Trader Melly first relic? Maybe. I'm assuming they're going to show some sort of relics right here. New troll emotes, W. True. You know I'm going to be spamming this one. If the enemy's winning and I am just over it, I'm just going to be... Is what it is, bro. That's why we fight him, true. Read the one Escanor Ragnarok for part 2 right now. God, that would be kind of cool. I appreciate the €2, man. Thank you, Paulo. Much appreciated, homie. Thank you for the support, my dude. Why is it just perfect to troll other players? Dude, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. People are like, oh, some of these emotes are toxic, this and that. But they know what they're doing. Oh, look at his little helmet. He's ready. He's ready for war. He's gonna get the biggest ass kicking. God, I'm gonna fight this dude. Ragnarok Merlin on the team. That is definitely the choice of all time. Are we gonna need to debuff this man? Because honestly, that'd be pretty sick. Not being able to debuff any of the new PvE content blows. Debuffs are so cool. Yeah, Jelly King also. This guy's got to be debuffed. The mechanic for this is debuffs 100%, which is awesome. 100% for that. God, look at that chibi-looking face on Melly. Look at that boy. The art is so interesting on that. It's kind of cool. I like that. Why not Fest Merlin? I don't know. Maybe you need specific, I think it's... You're probably going to need, This is kind of cool. That is one goofy boy. Those rabbits were pissed. Another reason to kick his ass. What was I going to say? You probably need DOT, damage over time. debuffs. That's probably the biggest reason. Okay, so he attack seals you. Gray debuff straight out the gate. No attacks, no ultimates. You just gotta go straight in with the debuff cards. Okay. Okay. He's got weird like totems next to him as well. Alright, those stats are ridiculous. Turn 1, those stats are ridiculous. What am I looking at? No fast farming. I'm sure eventually there will probably be some sort of like fast farming that you can do. We'll see. Alright, throwing the debuffs on. I can get behind it. He was immune to the defense-related stat lower. Okay. Okay, he changed his, like, totem position. Alright, interesting. Ooh, I like that. That was kind of cool. I like that. I can get behind it. What is that debuff? Okay, melee ranks up because he gets rid of the debuffs. That's going to be like a nice way to cleanse. You can attack now. Okay, he's attacking the middle totem. I'm assuming if you get rid of the totem, he can't swap to that position. That's just a complete guess, though. That's a tanky totem. Okay. Nice looking gimmick. Yeah, I think this one is looking pretty interesting at the least so far. Okay, double debuffing the totem. Alright. Interesting method. Okay. Dealing some pretty good damage. He's got his ultimate. I'm hoping that they have... Yeah, they have ultimates on. Let me see this animation. I like his attacks. The attacks are kind of cool so far. Just absolutely bonking Elizabeth. He's got like a real goofy vibe to him that I kind of like. I can get behind it. All right, I don't want to kick his ass so hard anymore. He's kind of cool. Greg Cross, after 4 years, we getting jumped by rats. That is what I was hoping for. 4 years ago, I started this game and I said, man, I really hope we get jumped by rats at some point in this game. And honestly, my dream came true. I've been waiting for this. Good that he's doing not much damage. Yeah, I think. Which I mean, you got to think this is a dev count with like probably like 18 mil box CC and stuff. Or maybe, actually, I don't think it's quite that high. I think this is an actual player, or well, I don't think this is an actual player's account because this is a dev build of the game. This update's obviously not out yet, but they probably do have. Ayo. I know that guy. I beat that guy. That was cool. He called in another demonic beast to do the ult for him. That was actually pretty sick. Okay. All right, now he's got a taunt on. I don't like that. That is why he brought Melee, I'm assuming. Melee going to need to use that taunt, that stance cancel. Don't call Nidhogg, please. I've had enough of Nidhogg. It's cool that the bird is his ultimate, which I don't know. Maybe like the other phases have different beasts. The fact that he's not even done 10% damage yet, and we're still in phase 1, a little interesting. You know what I mean? I don't think they've shown the new unit. No, they haven't shown the new unit yet. We're still chilling. We're still waiting. Is it Wheelchair Gowther? We don't know. I'm pretty sure it's a Gowther. Like, I'm pretty sure that's already been leaked, but they have not shown who it is. I don't think it's a Wheelchair Gowther, though, because they've shown, like, a little bit of the silhouette for him, and I'm pretty sure it's a regular-looking Gowther. Doll Gowther. Bro is not the Pokemon, he is the Pokemon Master. He really is. He be calling in the homies. Can't do damage, he called Big Bro the chicken. God, he did. I kind of like him so far. I mean, he's gonna... 100% he's gonna be really difficult for the first, like, month or 2 months or however long until they come out with like counter units and stuff for this guy. He's gonna be insane. Probably a really annoying fight if I had to guess, but the fight itself looks pretty cool so far. The great debuffs, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. Yeah, 100%. He's probably gonna be like a very interesting fight to play around with. Did they just give up? Nah, I don't think so. They're cooking. They're cooking. All right. So they are giving out a free Nidhogg relic. There you go. I know that a lot of players haven't been able to really mess around with Nidhogg that much. I'll be honest, this does nothing for me, but I'm happy for you guys. You get a free relic. There you go. Enjoy. Then again, I'm chilling. I don't need a free relic. I'm good. It's very annoying with his gray seal. Yeah, the gray debuffs are going to be like a really interesting thing to play around gimmick-wise. We'll see. 500,000 gold. I think this is 5 million gold to cover the cost of it. There's the way that they write their numbers and stuff in JP is weird. Let's go! Man, I love a Hawk and Oslo. Dude, that armor for Oslo is kind of cool. It's a bird relic too, which is very interesting. Okay. I love Hawk and Oslo so much. The fact that that's HP is very unfortunate because I really want to use Red Hawk and Oslo. I don't think that this is going to be good for Red Hawk and Oslo. How could they do this to my boy? How could you massacre my boy like this? Best duo in the game? True. Way better than that Liz Hawk unit. I kind of like that, though. I mean, hey, we're finally getting a relic for him. Then we have 3 different Hawk and Oslos, too, so that'll be at least a nice little... Even if it's not going to be good, which, let's be honest, it's not. It'll be somewhat interesting. It's for 3 different units. It'll be a little bit of a nice boost in box CC, I guess. This is going to help Naofumi team a bit. Maybe, yeah. Because it's HP, though, Naofumi needs defense. Increase HP related stats by 15%. I'm not too sure. I think that's what it would be. It looks very simple. It's gonna cook, trust. I don't know. It's like just like a little bit of spice to your dish. I don't think it's the whole cook. Oh boy, Mael is the first Ratatasker relic. That is interesting. I'll be honest, he needs it. He does. Mael's kind of lacking as far as the goddesses go. Goddesses do need the help. They've already dropped out of the meta since the whole like thing, you know, whatchamacallit. My son on top. I'll be honest, no one's going to be able to get this relic for a while, so it doesn't really matter. But, you know, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with him being the first choice. He needs it. He does. I need to see what that says, though. Let me see if we got any translations over here. The Hawk and Oslo relic is increase HP of allies by 15%. Just HP. So I'm assuming max HP. Kane is typing. Let's see. My friend, have you heard of this thing called money? Proceeds to buy the mats for his relic. You do be having a point. They do like when you buy the relics. What a first holy relic for the new demonic beast. I think that's a good choice. Like, a lot of people are going to want this relic, I think, giving decent motivation to actually fight the boss, which I think is good. Depending on how strong it is another aspect of it. Like, if it's actually good, which, I'll be honest, the Holy Relic looks cool. It doesn't... I hate that for some reason they like giving goddess characters these, like, dark-looking relics and stuff like... Or, like, Mael specifically. Like, they gave him the Labyrinth costume that doesn't match the goddess setup whatsoever. I don't use it because it looks so goofy and out of place. But that relic also looks kind of odd. It increases goddess single targets by 20% up to 60% and AoE by 10% up to 30%. That actually sounds pretty good. Alright, this is Gowther, I think. Okay, that's Gowther. You can immediately tell that's Gowther. Oh, he looks good. That's my boy. Look at him. He's sick. Dude, is this DPS Gowther? Could it be? Oh, the hair. Dang, they're really stepping up their show-off game. He's red. Red, you are Gowther. Dude, he's a DPS 1000%. With those animations, you gotta be kidding me. Dude, look at his outfit. My man's ripped out. This guy. That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's go. Let's go. He looks good. Kane says, Mael, when Goddess Race allies use single target skills, increase the unit's damage by 20%, max of 60%. If the Goddess Race uses AoE skills, increases the unit's attack related stats by 10%, max of 30%. So that actually does sound pretty good. He is him. True. Hoped for Wheelchair Gowther. I think Wheelchair Gowther is a lost cause. Wheelchair Gowther doesn't do anything in the show, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I don't even think he attacks. I know that they had him in like a story chapter or whatever, but I just don't think he's relevant. Plus, with regular doll Gowther, they can give him sins, they can give him unknown. Wheelchair Gowther is a demon. I don't know. I don't know that there's a whole lot they can actually do with him. Why do you want to disable Gowther? Rip Wheelchair. Rip Wheelchair. I mean, if you wanted Wheelchair Gowther, my condolences. I'll be honest, I don't care about Wheelchair Gowther. Dude, look at his costumes. I like his default costume quite a bit. Like the Magus looking outfit one's pretty cool. You got like a Japanese like armor kind of style a little bit here. The punk rock one, not a fan of, I'll be honest. But he does look good. I actually think that he looks sick. 77k. He has a buff card. Okay. Looks like a constellation card too. That looks cool. Buff card is scary. Scary buff. Okay. 100. Is that a 138 crit chance? Or 255 crit damage? That's quite a lot. Dude, this might be one of the first characters where I actually really like the default costume. Like, maybe even more than some of his, like, paid costumes. That costume, like, I just really like the way that looks for some reason. Did they call him cute? I think they did. See, that one is really cool, though. That, like, galaxy look. Looking like a Fortnite skin. Buff and amplified, please. God. We'll see. Yeah, this one, I'm just not a fan of this one. This one's not it for me. That ain't it. Ranks up all allies, then kills all enemies instantly. Easy. Easy must summon. That one's pretty cool. I'm not like the biggest fan of that one, but it's pretty cool. Sonar outfit. True. Straight out of Genshin with that one outfit? Yeah, a little bit. Alright, so he's missing a weapon. Maybe they'll give him like a Hawk Pass or something like that. Team rank up and buff level 1, please. I really hope that he's not a rank up unit, to be honest. Might be Margaret buff. That could be interesting. Gilda or this yacht? I think the answer is clear. God, Iku, that was the comment of all time, man. His weapons are sick, actually. I like that one quite a bit. That's a really cool weapon. I'll probably be using that one. Dude, that's a huge bow. That bow is massive. Sus. Maybe a little sus. Praying he's for unknown only and not sins. I think more than likely, I'm going to guess he's going to be for both teams. Oh, they're going with the Cat Boys again. Let's go, Cat Boys, unite. I like his cat. His cat looks kind of derpy a little bit with the eyes. I can get behind it. He'll be Sins. More than likely. I think he'll be probably Sins and Unknown, if I had to guess, but we'll see. Poor Arthur. Yeah, Arthur's getting kind of shafted, I'll be honest. It's unfortunate. Since team meta again. I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping he's more catered towards unknowns and can be ran on Sins, but we'll see. That's my hairstyle. That like really like messy looking hairstyle. That's the one we're using, baby. 99,999 gems. That's the reason why they're doing this festival, because everybody's got 999,999,000 gems, right? Like everybody's got enough to summon for this, right? Come on. There's no bias here from the devs, right? Already power crept. I don't necessarily think he's power crept. They're just kind of countering the way that he plays, which is not good. If he's a buff, or if he's a buff card, we gotta use the red Escanor support. God, red Escanor support would be quite interesting. So this is 3 turns, 20%. So, but this is level 3. I wonder if this is just like a basic stat increase on top of whatever the regular card does. I'm not too sure. Pierce and 3 ult decrease. That does kind of look like triple Pierce, yeah. Have like 7 gems. That's understandable. I think a lot of people have 7 gems. Got my 99,999 gems ready. Y'all lacking? True, that's true. See, Tony's on top of things. But for real, everybody's not chilling. Everybody is very lacking. All stat increase buff in 2024. Looks like a rank up. It's a rank up card. Are you sure about that? Buff is cleanse, rank up, and base stat increase. Okay, interesting. Can finally save my gems after Arthur and Gilda. There you go. See, I mean, a lot of people I think are probably going to skip this banner anyway, because, you know, not a lot of people like main unknowns, and like, I don't know, depending on if he's like a Sins character as well. That could be kind of interesting. I don't know. We'll have to see, because people do really like running like demons, and humans are kind of big at the moment, so we'll see. So hopefully you guys, if you don't have the gems for it, are comfortable with skipping this anyway, but we'll see. Can't skip this beauty. Yeah, this ult is massive. Well, it's actually not as bad as I've seen, but it definitely looks like it has a lot of effects in it. Updated rank up Gowther. Hope he is for Sins. We'll see. Which it doesn't look like he has specific allies, but I could be wrong. Pay to win ult. They're always pay to win. Every ult's pay to win. It is a rank up. Is that amplify? Is it amplify? God, that could be interesting. I think we finally got a little bit of a DPS Gowther on our hands. It ranks up, cleanses, buffs, and removes only one gem at 6/6. Ult is also a rank up, lol. The detonate, it seems. Oh, okay, interesting. Passive is going to be based on ult levels. I've seen the script. There you go. Gowther looking kinda. There you go. Yeah, he's a little provocative with this one. He got the pose going. Get ready for the 3-paragraph passive, dude. The passive is gonna be long. You already know. Ult's pretty simple. Okay. I'm interested to see what Kane's translation's for. Translator, bruh. I'm waiting. Kane's cooking, I think. I think Kane typically waits for the whole character to get shown before he posts it, though. So, like, he'll probably post like the passive and everything all at one time. Gowther has no gender. Yeah, he's pretty fluid with it. Ult gonna suck if 1/6, I think. Well, you know I'm gonna have a 1/6, so we're gonna see about that. You get 1 diamond in PvP if you ult. There it is. There it is. Gem farming confirmed. Ready for Thesis passive. That is large. That is quite large. Oh, okay, so he's got that, like, does more damage per skill thing that Zahard has, which is interesting. collab is coming up too. I'm not so sure. I mean, they do typically have a collab sometime in between the Arthur festival that we have and the JP festival that we're gonna get at the end of May. But with them doing a random festival in this time slot, I have no idea because we got a collab in January. Maybe they just moved the time slot, but at this point, because this festival was not on the schedule, they could be just changing up the whole year's schedule. Who knows? Damn, that's a Bible. That is quite the passage. It's a hard failed, so they're trying the skill thing again. I mean, it's a cool concept, and the fact that he actually ranks up his own cards and stuff like that, I'm assuming, and maybe even his teammates. You know, he's gonna get more use out of this, I think, than Zahard can. He works with Sins. I'm seeing the 7DS requirement in his passive. Okay. That's good. I think. Not going to get hyped too quickly. I mean, yeah, you shouldn't. Enemy going to get no ult gauge. Oh, is that what it is? If this passive is same as the hard, does this mean Estarossa commandment or buff removal with the, will be meta again? Possibly. Possibly. Not me eyeballing the translations from Kane. I know, I'm waiting. I got him up. I got him pulled up. Let's go. Looks like 5% basic stat for every 7 DS unit on the team. Okay. We do be needing, you know, characters nowadays kind of do need to be a little bit of a stat buffer, so having, having some basic stats on the passive and everything is pretty standard at this point. Can kind of help out just being like a good staple on the team in general, so that'll be kind of nice. These passives are going to become like terms and conditions. Dude, honestly, it kind of is, yeah. These are the terms of the unit. Could bring Zahard back into the meta. I kind of doubt it. Well, I don't know. Maybe if he can be used with unknown characters as well. But if he's just for Sins, then I don't know. Captain Meliodas still solos. True. Very true. Him, Bond, and Melly with Merlin in the back would be crazy. Yeah, I think that that I could definitely see that being like the meta. Anyone want to sponsor my summons? God. Seems to be some kind of rank up in his passive as well, kind of heavy on the skill ranks. Yeah, it seems. I'm hoping that it's not too much like AoE rank up or like team based rank up, and kind of just more catered towards his own rank ups, because you know obvious reasons I think, but we'll see. Did Netmarble not like Arthur? I don't know. That really is the question. Like they were like, okay, we're gonna give these people what they want. We're gonna give them the Arthur, and then we're gonna absolutely shut it down. Like, I don't know what their bias is here, but they always cater towards like demons for one. Sins have been a little bit more recent, like over the past like year or so. But like demons have been pretty consistent for the last like 3 years, I would say. I don't know. I don't know what their deal with like not liking Arthur is, maybe, but so far the wording looks like all of his rank ups apply only to him. Okay, that's good. I'm happy with that. If that's true. That's what I'm looking for. Because honestly, like Melly can already rank himself up. He doesn't need it. Like I guess if you're running him on Sins, like maybe Bond could get some decent use out of the rank ups and everything as well. But realistically, if he's just ranking up himself, I'm okay with that, considering he has a buff card and an attack card. Like I'm okay with that. No shot. I wasted 900 gems for Arthur to get murdered in his first 2 months. Dude, I don't know why they did what they did with him. It's ridiculous. Gelda in the middle of the Arthur festival was a huge slap in the face to Arthur. We made a really good Arthur, and then the next 2 units are going to boot him out of the meta straight away. Yeah, I don't know. It's so odd. Which this Gowther has type advantage on Arthur as well. Which, like, you know, that's not like the biggest condition, but that's still gonna help fight him. Bond doesn't really need rank ups, to be honest. Yeah, that's fair. So he's like Kizuna or whatever her name is. I don't know. I'm still waiting for the actual translations and everything, but he do be ranking himself up. Every buff removed gives 2% health increase up to 20%. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. Bond rank 3 snipe can insta-kill Gelda. Yeah, that could be cool. Man's already getting slandered. It doesn't take long. The slander begins. What's going on, Kajire? I hope that's the way that you say that. What's up? Gelda was a sign telling you that they hate global. True. Devs hate global. Watch them drop a unit who removes gray buffs next to cuck Arthur even more. If they make it to where you can remove gray buffs, then there's literally no point in having them gray. It just won't make any sense. Alright, what do we... So we do have that Sins team, literally the same Sins team you guys were just saying, against a demon team with Gelda. Okay. The fact that they're not even putting him against Arthur is very telling, which... They typically try to manufacture these PvP matches to make the new character look good. So if this is how I was hoping it would be, and they're like, hey, we're going to make this new Gowther counter Gelda because Gelda counters Arthur, then it might be a decent meta rotation like I was saying. Because if they can make Arthur counter... if they can make Arthur counter Gowther and Gowther counters... Gelda and Gelda counters Arthur, then you'll have 3 different meta teams that you can run, and that would be good for the meta. DK looking sick. Yeah, his art was kind of cool. 900 gems for Arthur, 300 gems in for Gelda. Still no Gelda. Now this, and or who should you summon? Who should you summon? Videos win. That is a good point. Yeah. It is kind of tough. If you're already like in the middle of summoning for Gelda, I would imagine you'd probably want to finish the rotation so your diamonds don't get wasted, but it is kind of a tough call. Brand new Fest unit's kind of hard to ignore. What was that buff? What did it do? Also, oh, that's Gelda. What is that outfit? Is that a Hawk Pass outfit or something? We don't have that, do we? Already forgotten Arthur. True. The melee solos. Well, the melee. We'll see. We'll see if melee solos. All right, there's the infect. All right, that's not a lot of damage. They really haven't built her up at all, though. So I'm not like too crazy about that. That's not like that wild. That merge is wild, let me tell you. Was a rank up? Oh, was it? Okay, traveling to seek peace, wandering knight Gowther. The translations are here. Passive, an adventure to find true self. For every 7 Deadly Sins trait ally present in the battlefield, increases 7 Deadly Sins trait ally base stats by 5%. Hold on, I'm actually going to watch the PvP first because I kind of want to see what's going on. What do the skills do? Vicious Arrow is a Pierce card, single target Pierce card, and it reduces ultimate move gauge on higher levels. Interstellar Interaction is the buff card. Removes all debuff effects from allies, ranks up ally skills, and increases allies' basic stats by 20% for 3 turns. That's the level 3, though. So it is a rank up. Ultimate is Celestial Rain. Apply Protection of Peace to all allies for 3 turns and inflict crush damage by 650% of attack on all allies, or all enemies, and seals enemy card skill effect, including ultimates for 2 turns. Protection of Peace increases base stats by 30% if removed, ranks up the unit's cards. Oh, interesting. So he puts a buff on himself, and if you take it off, it ranks up. Okay, kind of interesting. Huh. Alright, so the passive. For every 7 Deadly Sins trait ally present in the battlefield, increases 7 Deadly Sins trait allies' base stats by 5%. When the unit uses a buff card, apply rank reinforcement for 2 turns, and for every debuff removed, increases allies' HP by 2%, max of 20%. What is rank reinforcement? Rank reinforcement is if an ally uses a skill card, depending of the skill's rank, apply extra effects. Okay. That's interesting. So, if you use a rank 1, it gains 30% pierce. If you use a rank 2, it ignores critical resistance by 10% plus pierce. At level 3, ignore critical resistance by 10% plus ignore critical defense by 20%. Okay, so it's not necessarily like do more damage. It's more gain extra effects per skill rank, which is really interesting. Also, at the allies' turn, if 3 different race allies each use a skill card, ranks up the unit's cards, allies with double race will be counted as 2 races. Huh. So it's really easy to rank up his own cards. A lot of his rank up stuff is himself, but the buff card is a rank up for the team, I think. But you want to use the buff card. When the unit uses a buff card, apply rank reinforcement for 2 turns. Okay. So that's kind of... I mean, you don't necessarily have to use that pretty early. Also, at the start of the allies' turn, if 3 different race allies each use a skill card, ranks up the unit's card. So if you run the Sins team and you're like, hey, I'm going to use a melee card, a bond card, and a Gowther attack card, it's going to rank up Gowther's cards, and you're going to have the rank 2 buff card after that turn. So that's kind of interesting. He doesn't seem like crazy broken, actually. He seems pretty interesting for the most part. They show side units in the banner. Sometimes they'll show like a couple of the characters on the banner, but most of the time to see the actual banner, you have to wait for the patch notes to come out. Not gonna lie, PvE unit. He might actually be a little bit more geared towards PvE, to be honest with you. Really good way to design units for the longevity of the game. Yeah, I think he definitely seems pretty long-winded. If that's even the right term. Probably not. I'm probably stupid. At least the Sins team is complete. Not putting my LR Escanor in the back. Yeah, that's true, honestly. Having a nice, like, full setup. The fact that he doesn't work with Unknown Race does kind of suck, because honestly, the Unknown Race could use the support right now. But I guess Sins team is fine. I'm kind of chilling with it at the moment. I don't think he doesn't look like he's like a must-have character, at least from the passive and everything. Obviously, we need to see more gameplay and stuff of him first. But he doesn't seem like insane broken, but he definitely seems like he's a nice character to have. So, ooh, okay, Hel, Mael, Deanne, and old school Lolly Merlin are on the banner. I could still use copies of these 2 for sure. My Merlin is not 6/6 actually, but I don't really care. So we'll see about that. At least he should be good in DK fight. Yeah, I think he could actually be pretty good in the DK fight. I think he's going to be like a luxury unit. Like a unit that you don't necessarily have to have, but will be nice to have if you do get him. Human team can't take a break. I don't know. It doesn't seem like he's inherently countering the human team though. Like even if his like attack card does lower ultimate move gauge, it doesn't matter because like you know you do all of the ult gaining and stuff like that from Arthur's passive in the same turn, and it doesn't matter if they take your ult away. You know what I mean? So I don't necessarily think that Arthur is getting countered with this. Did they change the guaranteed step so you can give Gowther as well, unlike with Melee where it couldn't? So they did say that they were adding, or like they were messing with the guaranteed stuff. This is a hard skip, to be honest. Yeah, I think a lot of people might be able to get away with skipping this and still feel okay. Fest on the banner are amazing. They're pretty good. I do still need my L. Hel copies would be kind of nice. The fact that they're putting Hel on the banner is kind of interesting. Like, I'm glad that she's finally coming back, because I think this is her first time coming back, but the fact that she doesn't even really work with Gowther because he's like a Sins team character is kind of odd. I panicked when I joined because all I saw was someone wanting or wanted a refund on Arthur. Galland, I hope your commandment works because you getting out of the retirement home with this one. Dude, yeah, that could actually be really cool. Running melee with Galland commandment to stop the rank up skill could be really good. The only problem is it's not going to work with like the passive ranking up and stuff like that. It has to be a rank up skill to be able to counter with Galland, but that would be sick. Like, using Galland commandment after all this time would be awesome. Seems like an easy skip. I think this is like best case scenario. He doesn't work on unknowns. He only works for sins. I mean, I guess you could run him with anybody, but he's gonna get the best use out of sins. I don't know. I think that he doesn't necessarily like counter Arthur, which is good. They were using him to counter Gelda a little bit, which is good. It's looking good, I think. I think it's still looking fine. He doesn't seem like a must summon. Everything's kind of chilling. I think we're okay. LR Galland, please, dude. LR Galland next would be awesome. And I think there's possibly some like stuff that they could do with Galland and Melascula for like 4 Knight stuff, which could also be really, really cool in the future. Hello, Ronald. I'm skipping. Fair enough. This is a must summon. Name another unit that ranks up with level 1 blue card in a fest. I mean, yeah. I mean, he is a festival that ranks up cards, which is interesting. It really just depends on if you run Sins or not. Like, I feel like the Sins team is not a team that I see, like... Well, I mean, I do see the Sins team pretty often. So he could be like a character that people want to summon for, but if you're already invested into humans, for example, or if you're already invested into demons, for example, I don't necessarily know that like he's worth going out of your way for right now. LR Galland with a massive buff would be insane. Yeah, Galland would need a pretty big buff if they're going to do it. And they would end up doing the blue Galland, right? Because he's the one that's not in the coin shop. Or no, yeah, red Galland's in the coin shop, I think. So it would be the blue Galland that gets the LR. Could be interesting. DK Melee, Gother, and Arthur. Arthur doesn't really match. Like Arthur doesn't work on the Sins team, so no Arthur. Use him with that demon human Ragnarok character plus Albedo. That could be kind of interesting, yeah. Watch him be useful in Ratatasker. Maybe, like if you want to run like a Sins team or whatever. Possibly. No new story, huh? I don't think so. At least not from what they've shown. Galland become meta like crazy if they just rework it with the skill, rank up skills to passives. Yeah, I think that would be ideal if they made it to where it was a little bit more broad. Because, like, just rank up skills, Gother is literally the only character that has a rank up skill. Like, every other rank up in the game is passive related, if I'm not mistaken. What's UR Gother CC looking like? When they showed him off earlier, I think he had roughly like 77.6k CC, which that's obviously with like a really cracked out whale account for the devs, and he's 6'6" and has all of his costumes and stuff like that maxed out and everything. So I think he's gonna pretty easily hit 70k plus for like most people. So hard L for Zahard users. I mean, Zahard has been dead. He was dead on launch, so I mean, not any more of an L than it already was, I guess. Reckon the Demonic Beast would punish skill rank ups via card usage like all the other ones now. More than likely, if I had to guess, yeah, because like they typically try to shut down Gother a little bit, like Gother rank up whenever it comes to the Demonic Beast. So I could definitely see him maybe not being as good for the Demonic Beast, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Demons LR are mostly the 10 Commandment version units, since Zeldris and Glocks are them. Yeah, I think, I don't know, maybe they could do like Droll or something like that for another Commandment, but it would be a really good time for Galland to get one, which we just got LR Zeldris, so it's going to be like a month or more before we get another one. I think, like, namely, like, it'll be closer to like 2 months from now, but we'll see who they pick. They are kind of going with a couple of commandments at the moment, so maybe they could stick to that. Decrease ranks also makes Gallon commandment usable. Yeah, that's very true, actually. So it's not like a complete wash if you not use or if you're not using Gother, but then again, most characters don't even use the decrease skill ranks card either. Need an LR Giant. Arthur Power crept in his own festival. That's why I feel year-end fests are the best investment. That's very true. If you typically summon for like the New Year's unit, like they typically have a lot of longevity. Gallon unable to move cards would be insane for PvP. That would be crazy. That'd be a little overkill, I think. Because then, I mean, if you do it like that, like there would be no point in having like the Monspeed commandment or whatever. But that could be very interesting. DK Melee is never leaving the meta. Very true. They're pretty good about supporting the New Year's unit for quite a while. So doesn't really surprise me though. LR Monspeed or Dairy, please, Netmarble. I'll be honest, I'm kind of on the Gallon train. I mean, like, I really like Monspeed, don't get me wrong. I really like Derriere. Derriere is probably my favorite commandment, but an LR Gallon would go hard. Seems like he's going to be a must-have unit for the Demonic Beast. You are Melee, you are Arthur, you are Gother, you are Giant or Goddess are only left now. I don't know. Maybe. Release Grey Road as an LR. I don't think that's happening. Want Gallon to be actual meta. Gallon in the meta would be awesome. I feel like Perk Melee lasted until Hell released, then started falling off from there. Yeah, and what was she? She was like the November festival? Or no, she was like September, right? Because it was September, then October. I think she was in September, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a pretty long stretch to have your unit be, like, usable. Like 9 months into the year. Almost 17k. 17k what? Almost 17k what? Wouldn't mind an LR DPS Melascula. That could be kind of interesting, because I think the red Melascula is the one with the revive, and that's the one that's in the coin shop. So they would end up going with blue Melascula, and blue Melascula has 2 attack cards, if I'm not mistaken. I think hers is like a single target infect and an AoE detonate skill, if I'm not mistaken. So she would end up kind of transitioning into a DPS, I think, unless they just really like reworked her. Gallon passive only works when he is in starting battlefield, no back unit. Would be nice balance. Well, yeah, so, I mean, he needs to be on the field, or his commandment needs to be active through, like, Melee, like, association. So, I'm not too sure. 500k CC and geared is around the corner. No kidding. It's gonna be coming up. Subs? Oh, did we hit 17k? Or, you're saying almost 17k, I think. Yeah, we hit 16.9. Let's go. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. That'd be awesome. Stick around, hang out with us. I appreciate you guys for coming by and hanging out, for sure. So far, it's been a pretty good time. It's not been like I'm not feeling too bad about this festival at the moment. Back my network knockdown? Oh no. Welcome back, Paolo. The last 3 bonds also had tons of longevity. Light Bond has been a very long meta, but Purgatory Bond still terrorizes me. Yeah, Purgatory Bond went crazy in the meta, and the Transcendent Bond is still like very active. I really like what they did with him, because he was like a unit that had so much stigma around him. Like, people were like, oh my god, like, this Bond sucks, and then he ended up being like a pretty good staple for the teams that he's used on, which I think is good. So I'm really happy with that Bond, to be honest. What's up, Naled? Sorry I missed. I am. Sorry, I am. Did I miss something? I mean, they've shown off the character. You're pretty late at this point, so you'll probably have to just click back through the stream. But they've shown off the character. They've shown off the new Demonic Beast. Might have a little bit of catching up to do. But what's up, man? I think the next LR will be a Merlin, but with Netmarble it would be Droll. Yeah, I don't know. If they did shift gears into an unknown character, it would be really nice. But I guess we'll have to see what the new units that come out sort of like help team-wise going forward. LR Reinhardt so he can solo the Demon King again. God. I don't think that they're going to end up doing LR collab characters, but I don't. Maybe they will eventually, but it doesn't really seem like that's what they're going for. Seen people with 391k CC and geared with dodge food. With dodge food, yeah, that's pretty insane. Almost 400k with dodge is quite intense. Have we figured out why this is a festival? I mean, he definitely seems like a festival level character, but I don't really know why they were like, "Hey, this is the perfect time for this festival." Unless they were just like, "We need to get Ratatasker out like right now, and there needs to be some sort of momentous occasion for us to do that." I don't know, but yeah, kind of odd. Okay, so here's like a recap. It looks like they're giving out a pretty decent sum of gems. It's obviously not anything super crazy, but then again, they typically save like big gem rewards for like anniversaries or like, you know, actual milestones or whatever. This is just like some random spring festival that they're just coming up with off the top of their head, which is odd. So decent gems, 4 free multis, which is good. You do get a free Nidhogg relic, which is nice. I don't know. It seems alright so far. It seems pretty good. It's not like over the top. It's not like crazy good, but it seems pretty good. LR Lolly Merlin. That's why they showed her in the banner. That could be interesting, maybe. But we're not anywhere close to getting a new LR, so like prepping and giving like putting her in the banner this early, I don't think would be like a very good tell. The only way they ever give LR to collab units is if they get a rerun. Netmarble has never done anything except for bug fixes to collab units outside of the reruns. Yeah, definitely. I think it'll have to be some sort of rerun or something like that for them to want to give one. They wanted to drop Gowther, but they don't want him to be the 5th anniversary unit. That really does feel like what it is. That really does feel like it. They're like, okay, well, Gowther's not going to be hype enough to be the 5th Annie, but we want to get this character out, so let's just make a brand new festival out of nowhere. From Nidhogg, who's the best character to use the chest on? If you don't have Freya's Relic, it goes a long way to actually being able to fight Nidhogg consistently, so I would 100% say that Freya's Relic is like the go-to. Other than that, it's basically just like whoever you want. I think Freyr's Relic is also Nidhogg, but I mean he's not really useful for Nidhogg himself. You could get Zeldris' Relic with it if you want to use LR Zeldris and you don't have that relic. LR Meliodas' Relic is also Nidhogg, if I'm not mistaken. There's a couple of decent like choices from it. I'll probably have to look through all the Nidhogg relics and make a video out of that, I guess. Whoever made Lolly Merlin should be on a watch list, to be honest. There you go. That's some good thinking. With 4 free multis, I think would be a good to pull on the 300 gems mark. Yeah, potentially. Like just going at least to the 300 mark to see if you can pull him. I mean, I don't know. I personally don't like to gamble on a banner unless I'm already like willing to go to the guaranteed. But I know like everybody's kind of strapped right now, and if you want to try to pull the unit, I guess that would be a decent way to try for it. But I don't know. I normally would just say like if you're not that interested in him, just skip completely and save your gems. But I don't know. It's really up to the individual. Would it be nice if I could pick which beast mats I get? Kind of just finished the last Nidhogg relic. I could use any of the others, but I'm too lazy to farm. The other ones are so much easier though, so I would recommend just kind of like taking some time or like some free time whenever you get a chance to just farm out those. Who's ready for every banner besides collab banners this year to be surprise festivals? True. They're just gonna run a festival every month of the year. Assault Melly's Nidhogg. That's true. I don't really think that Assault Melly's relic is like worth going out of your way for, to be honest, because like people are using him a little bit with Gelda, but realistically he's not got that big of a use case. So I don't know. I wouldn't really consider him to be like a must-have personally. Gother's going to be a support unit for the future Four Knights of the Apocalypse units, probably. Well, because he's a 7 Deadly Sins buffer, I don't think the Four Knights are considered sins. So, unless they come out with, like, new... Like, I think the 7 Deadly Sins characters are still in Four Knights of the Apocalypse, so he could still potentially be useful going forward if they come out with new, you know, sins during the Four Knights, like, sort of stuff. But I don't think the Four Knights units themselves are going to, like, really get any use out of him. Pray all of you could go through the free tickets / free gems. That's the best we could hope for. Halloween festival, God. Deer is a chore. All beasts are otherwise easy. Also, Nidhogg can be a chore, but especially hate deer. A lot of people consider deer to be like the easiest one, but yeah, he's kind of. I guess if you have like a really good team for it, it's really not too bad, but. The gimmick is a little annoying sometimes, just RNG-wise. Can't believe this, but they cooked with gas here. I think it's actually pretty good. It's definitely, like, decently skippable, which is good, because a lot of people are going to have to skip this one, I think. And the character looks good, but not insane, which is kind of what I was hoping for. I think the only other thing that I would have asked for is if he could be worked on Unknown team as well. But even then, like, cutting him down to only 7 Deadly Sins makes him that much more skippable, which is good for the community. Should make the double drops permanent for Bird, Deer, and Skull and Hati. Takes too long to do 15 runs for every relic. Well, I think the idea is they want you to pick that, you know, that demonic beast for the week or whatever. Which, I mean, if you're not caught up on relics, you always kind of want to get the extra mats for like whatever the most current demonic beast is, but yeah, I see what you mean. Overall, good mini update. A lot of gems, which is great for those who want to skip. Yeah, that's true. How many free gems are we getting? Did I see 250 and 4 free multis? I think there's a little bit more. I think there's like 65 plus extra gems on top of the 250, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's looking like it's around like 300-ish plus gems. And then 4 free multis for the banner itself, yeah. Hope Freya's on the banner. I would imagine she probably will be, but we'll have to see whenever the patch notes come out. Deer's the easiest if you have Albedo. My girl is just one shot. She really does do like great things for it. But, I mean, it wasn't like too difficult before that as well. Like, you can run like a full Ragnarok setup on that team and still do it really fast, but she definitely makes it like super easy to just one-shot the thing. Only Netmarble could make the word festival lose meaning. Everything is a festival at this point. That's very true. Is it possible the new demonic beast is for light or for dark light units? Maybe. That is actually an interesting thought. If they were like, hey, because Mael is the only relic for it at the moment. So if they're like, hey, we're gonna give it to Mael, we're gonna go Trader Melly. You know, there's a decent amount of like light and dark units that they could kind of mess around with on it. But a lot of the light and dark units are still pretty relevant, I would say. So like starting with the oldest ones and stuff like that first would be nice. So Trader Melly would need to be next if possible, but who knows how often they're going to come out with relics. Which, I mean, it's a brand new beast, so if you don't come out with them at least decently often, there's not going to be any reason to like grind it, you know. So we'll see. Because then will tell me how to improve my account. I mean, when I play co-op or something, character level 3 cards did way less damage than my partner's level 1 cards. You probably just need to work on your gear for your characters and continue to just like grind out demons and stuff and work on your box. It's quite a big grind. The game in general just gives you a lot of like extra buffs and stuff like that for working on your account in general. So make sure you're doing your demons, level up your characters in your box. Just like as you gain materials and stuff for it. It's just it's all like it all kind of comes with time for the most part. I feel like once you've cleared the demonic beast enough times, like 15 or something, you unlock the ability to use food to help do it faster. That could be kind of interesting, yeah. I don't know. Food can be pretty strong, but not like OP. So that could actually be kind of a nice way to sort of like help speed things up for some people. Since I came after all the gameplay and explanation, I can't wait to go back and see Gowther on a bad team and horrible plays to display the unit and lose. Oh yeah, I remember that. I mean, he actually didn't look too bad in the PvP. I wasn't paying the most attention. I kind of want to go back and watch the PvP more because I was trying to read the Kane translations as well. Plus, we got to wait for the patch notes to come out anyway, so let's see. We'll go ahead and pull that up. If I'm sure you guys are going to have your eye on it as well. If you will let me know in the chat whenever the patch notes are live, we'll just kind of skim through and look at some of this stuff in the meantime. Team Ellie better be the next relic. Yeah, I think he could really use one. People have been wanting his relic for a pretty long while. Feel apart from Blue Elizabeth, there hasn't been a single long-lasting Elizabeth character in PvP, not Suicide Liz or LR Liz. Yeah, I don't know. The Liz gets a ton of units, but doesn't really have that much longevity for the most part, which is interesting. The new Queen Elizabeth is really good, but only with like high dupes and stuff like that. You know you always fall asleep before the patch. Now, I know, I'm going to be conked out here in a minute. I'm going to be chilling. Okay, so he buffs double bond card. So single target rank up. It looks cool. I like the buff. And then a level 2 bond combo turn 1 is pretty strong. Like, the fact that he's able to kill the melee there, like, straight away on turn 1 is pretty insane. I do kind of like that. Now to wait another 3,000 years for the patch notes? True. I guess let me, since I don't need the Kane translations at the moment, let's, I'll put it up here so that way I can refresh it as time goes on. Do you think it's better to finish an Arthur rotation or save for Gowther? It really just depends on what team you use. At this point, because everything is so sporadic at the moment with the festivals and everything, it really just depends on what you have and what you want to use. Because if you're running Sins, you want this Gowther. If you're running humans, you want that Arthur. If you're running demons, you want that Gelda. So you kind of have to pick and choose, hey, what do I want my PvP team to be for the next little bit? Because obviously everything gets countered eventually. Like if you invested into melee, for example, you can go 2 routes. You can either say, hey, I want to invest into the demons and get Gelda, or hey, I want to invest into the Sins and I want to go for Arthur or Gowther. If you want to go for the Arthur, so that way you can build up the human team, which is, I don't know if it's the smartest decision or not. I don't necessarily like Arthur that much for like PvE scenarios, just because you can't really debuff too often, and his cards do rely a little bit more on the debuff side, and it takes him a little bit to build up. You know, I'm not a huge fan of him in PvE. I think the Gowther has a little bit more PvE usability. I think Gelda has a little bit more usability in PvE. It just really depends on what you want for your account and what you need for your teams. So it's kind of a hard say because everybody's account is different. Everybody wants to use different things. Feel like he won't return until the New Year's, if not later. It typically does take several months for them to bring back a festival unit for the first time. Like, I think this is the first festival banner that we're getting with Hell on it since her release, so that does make some sense. A lot of variety team-wise in the meta right now. I think that is ideal. That is what I was hoping for with this release, at the very least. Like, I know this is a terrible time for a festival. Nobody has the gems to really go out of their way for this. Like, you know, like, if you're free to play, for example, like you're tapped. I would be willing to bet, unless you just didn't care at all for Arthur and you were like, Gelda, who cares? So a lot of people are going to be in a bad position to summon for this thing, but he doesn't look like he's like a must-have, I gotta have this unit right now kind of unit. So that's good. And the variety in the meta is awesome. I love it when there's like at least two or more teams that can be used. Like, very easily. Like, you don't have to come up with some sort of like wacky anti-meta setup to run something is great. Toilet Melly just makes them all stat buffers for the entire team. Okay. Toilet Melly is quite an interesting term. Now we just need to bring the Giants meta up to speed. God. Well, I thought that they were going to do something with fairies as well, but they really just dropped the ball on that one also. Wanting Box CC, try to summon for dupes and characters. Yeah, Box CC is not something you can necessarily like grind. Disagree. Have you seen his drip? Definitely must have. He looks great. I gotta say his drip immaculate. This little trailer that they did for him also very cool. Human main to my grave. There you go. I do like the human team. It's very fun. Wish they'd put Queen Liz on the banner. Yeah, that would be kind of nice. I guess it's... when was she... When did she come out? Was she the November festival? I think she was. It's been a little while. She'll probably be on the anniversary banner for sure, if I had to guess. What does Mael Relic do? Mael's Relic is... When Goddess Race allies use single target skills, increases the unit's damage by 20%, maximum of 60%, so 3 stacks. If the Goddess Race allies use AoE skills, increases the attack-related stats by 10%, or the unit's attack-related stats by 10%, max of 30%. So, as you use skills with your Goddess team, he gains more damage and more stats. So, pretty helpful for the most part. Had to leave for a bit. Is he good? He looks pretty good. He doesn't look OP insane, which is good because a lot of people aren't going to be able to summon for him. But he does look like he's going to be a nice character to have. Let us vote for the next LR. That would be kind of cool if they did some votes. Man, I gotta say, like, so you can see it right here. They do have him True Awakened as well. I didn't even think about that, but he's... So that would be 76k, 76.4k CC without the True Awaken. He is a red unit. He's got some pretty good stats. I think they show the stats off here in a second. Voting for the LR would be really cool, though. I think that actually is a nice idea. But I guess, I don't know. It takes them a while to come up with the stuff for it and everything. So I don't know. Maybe they got their own plans to help like balance the meta and everything as well. Because I mean, if you let the community vote, they could just make one team like super meta for like forever. Who knows? Didn't summon for Gelda thinking Fest's gonna be good. Now I'm going to Gelda. There you go. I mean, you know, now that you know what's coming, you can make an informed decision. The Ratatasker fight does actually look pretty entertaining. Yeah, I think it actually looks pretty cool. I'll probably look back at that a little bit as well, but it took them a really long time to get through it. And they didn't even finish the first phase. So I'm very interested to see how that fight kind of evolves and what people end up using for it. Patch notes, by chance? Oh, the patch notes are out. Okay. Ooh. Ratatasker fight does look entertaining. Queen Liz will probably be on Annie. Yeah, if I had to guess, since they're putting Hell on this banner, I think Queen Liz will be on the next festival. It's a really nice relic. Plus 30% attack related is nice. Yeah, I think it'll be pretty good. All you have to do is spam AoEs at the beginning to get that too. Is not too difficult. So cool too. Base UR. He is a base UR unit. They're just the one. Just the one what? Relic? Yeah, there is only one relic for this. Or well, they're releasing the Hawk and Oslo relic as well, but it's for the bird. The Awesome Festival. Very cool. Very awesome of you. Alright, what's the banner looking like? Can we load? Everybody's trying to load this page because they want to see the banner. Everybody flocks to this website whenever the patch notes are out. Alright, so it's cool that his little thing is like the fruit, and then you have this source, whatever it is. Kind of funny. I kind of like it. He's just goofy. He's just one goofy boy. I like his art too. His cut in and everything looks really good. I'm very happy with that. What would you need to have nothing and then 0 on? That's interesting. Okay, banner. Hel Mael, Deanne, the one Escanor, Lolly Merlin, Margaret. Margaret is good because of the LR, but the one Escanor and Lolly Merlin are really stupid to me. Even like getting to the point where Deanne is not really that good of a pickup, to be honest. So really the only value here is in these first 3, and then maybe Margaret if you need her for like LR stuff, if you don't have her 6/6. So not crazy about the Fest unit lineup, to be honest. It is a seasonal banner, kind of, sort of. So you have LR Liz in here, which is good. You have Elat, which is kind of nice. She hasn't been on a whole lot of banners. You have Festival or Halloween Gother, Christmas Elaine, Spring or like Valentine's Day King. Tyr is on here, which is good. The seasonal Freya is on here. I would much rather have the red one, but you got to take what you can get here. Freyr's kind of good. Red Magelda's kind of good. Kind of, sort of. I don't even really use this woman anymore. LR Escanor's on here, which is pretty good. You have the Demon Backliners on here. You have the basic Archangels. Or, like, not the basic one, I guess, like the newer-ish kind of graced Archangels. They're not really new at all. Tristan is also kind of interesting. I would say the banner's okay. I'm not, like, crazy about it. It's alright. So you can pull the UR character on the 3 and 600 now, which is really good. That's nice. Then you have the power-up bundles as well for the upgraded pay-to-win banner. It's alright. Hawk and Oslo Relic, Mael Relic, outfits for Gother. We have the new card set, exchange shop for festivals, of course. Banners and tickets, bundles. This looks like a cheap Super Awakening bundle, actually. That's kind of nice, I guess. Step up, power up tickets. Cosmetic enhancement. They're a 7-day bundle for UR pendants is interesting. I like the subscription bundles and everything, but I don't necessarily know. Like, I mean, that's really good value as far as UR pendants go, but the fact that it's only UR pendants in that is, I don't know if I'll buy that or not. I like those subscription bundles and everything, but okay. The multis that you get for the banner are at the beginning of the login event, so that's good. We do have the free tickets in the special missions as well. You get 2 UR pendants, which will help to upgrade him. You do get a couple of these boxes that they showed off. I wonder if you're going to get boxes through anything else as well, but decent materials from the special missions. The boxes have some okay stuff in them. We have another one of these sort of, booster thingies. Scraps event. I hate this one. This one's so RNG. Card packs and stuff like that. Okay, so you will get a couple of these boxes elsewhere. Final Boss Hawk is coming back. That's cool, I guess, if you want the Final Boss Hawk, I guess. You get a free copy of the Red Hawk at the 30,000 accumulated points. So that's cool. This looks different because they've added this middle hawk there. 15 LR seals is okay. Lots of LR seals going around. You do get the SSR costume for Gother at the 900. Still not a fan of that. Okay, so this Fort Solgris dungeon will actually give you the question mark ones, which has a chance for gems in it. I think that's actually kind of a downgrade, because typically week 1 of the Fort Solgris dungeon has like 2 gems per day, or 1 gem per day, or something like that. So getting guaranteed gems versus getting a chance to pull gems is not necessarily good. The King Exchange event is refreshing, booster events and stuff like that for the festival. We do have the new Hawk Pass, which has that maid-looking outfit for Gelda in it if you need it. One battle event. You can buy the SSR outfit for Arthur for 20 gems. I kind of want to translate this stuff down here. Arthur's banner was better. Only thing this one has over it is Mael. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that I can finally pull a copy of Mael so I can have his buffs be gray, or debuffs be gray. Comes out next week for Global. Yeah, it should be coming out on Tuesday for Global. They just put in the SSR costume in the gem spending event now. Yeah, I don't know. For UR characters, it seems to be the norm at this point. Missed the event. How's the new Gowther? He looks pretty good, but not OP broken. Remember the one and his huge damage numbers back then? Now we got characters doing over 1 mil rank 1 single targets that aren't ults. If you wail, still high damage though without wailing. Yeah, the power creep has gone through the roof. Need dupes of a lot of these units, but yeah, the Fest units are very meh outside of the Hell and Mael. Yeah, I agree. 26 to 1, true. Haven't seen Molly Merlin in ages. Yeah, it's been quite a while, actually. Did we get free relic materials? We do get one free Nidhogg relic, yes. Week 1 is usually the best week for the hype patch. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Come on, man. Translate the page, man. I don't think that there's really anything else that needs to be like translated or anything either, so I think we're kind of chilling. I would maybe like to see what the card set does, but it's kind of an afterthought, I think. I think overall it looks alright. Looks pretty cool. Help me decide. I really need to DK Melly, as I wasn't here when his banner was around. So should I skip this and save instead until he comes back? It's going to be a pretty long time before he comes back. So, I mean, if you just save for him, you'll be saving for quite a while. You could either, I don't know, skip this and save instead. It's kind of a tough call. It just depends on what team you want to run. Like if you're on Global, or well, I guess it's still technically live on JP as well for today. But if you want to run humans, Arthur is a decent option. He did get kind of countered with Gelda a little bit, which is unfortunate. If you want to run demons, which if you don't have Melly, then that's kind of a big part of the demon team. It's going to be Sins, demons, or humans in the meta right now. So without Melly, it's going to be tough to use anything other than humans, to be honest with you. So that's kind of a tough call. Takes ages to translate the page. Even Firefox is bugging out. Yeah, I don't know. It's I think it's because like a lot of traffic is on the website right now because everybody's trying to look at the patch notes. On top of the fact that the translate page thing is kind of like buggy as well. Might skip this fest. Not gonna lie. I feel like knowing Scam Marble, we might get a collab after this and then the 5th anniversary festival, thinking along those lines, go through and all that, not going to lie. Yeah, I think that's honestly fair. I think this character looks like a fun unit to have, not overly crazy, but could be kind of cool if you want to run the Sins team. But other than that, like, yeah, I mean, you're right. I think that a lot of people can get away with skipping this thing. There are very interesting things potentially coming out in the next, like, 2 months. So I would not blame anyone for skipping this. When Gowther's passive said every Sins member of a different race, does that include back the units as well, or just units on the battlefield? I would assume it's units on the battlefield, just because it'd be kind of weird to like counter Merlin being the backliner for the Sins team at the moment. Plus, typically it states in the passive whenever like a unit needs to like, or like a passive includes the subslot unit as well. Wonder how the new Demonic Beast goes, or if it's gonna get nerfed like the previous ones. So typically it's really hard for like the first like couple of months, and then they'll roll out like a little bit of a nerf or something like that to make it a little bit easier, and then they'll come out with a unit that sort of like helps make fight very consistent after that at some point. It's kind of a gamble on when they come out with a unit or anything, but we'll kind of just have to wait and see. I know that this right here is the knighthood score thing getting changed from 40,000 to 60,000. but something about 10% here with this. Can we translate this page, Google? Come on, brother. Looking at a bunch of nothing. Aren't we supposed to get that bonus if someone does clear it? Yeah. Actually, so they, I don't know if they were talking about that or not in the stream. I assume they did at some point, but because it's all just Japanese on the screen and stuff like that, who knows when they talked about it? But they were saying in the dev notes that they wanted to do like a clear event where if people clear it on their respective servers, the whole server gets like a little bit of a reward. So number one player has to win, right? I think as long as I think they're gonna do it like time limit wise or something like that, where like after the beast releases, if somebody on like JP, KR, or Global can beat it, that server or maybe the whole community in general will get a reward for it. Which the JP players go crazy. Like those guys are nuts when it comes to like beating like hard content as soon as it comes out. Like the that demonic beast event that they did where it's like the first 3 beasts like reworked a little bit. That game mode was stupid hard, and I don't know. I assume somebody was able to beat the entire thing. I definitely know that they got to the third part of it and were at least able to beat the first 2 demonic beasts in that third part. I think so. KR players don't exist. That's true. Man, Google Translate will just not work on this page. Understandable. Cut a summon sadly for a chance that LR lives. I mean, you don't necessarily have to. Like plus summoning for a non-featured character is a terrible idea. I don't really think that that's a smart call. Like she's not on a whole lot of banners, so I kind of understand where you're coming from, but it is kind of a weird way to, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. You do what you think is best, my friend. How long did it take for someone to clear Snake? Wasn't it weeks or something crazy? I don't actually think it was that crazy. I don't think it was that long. People were able to beat it relatively quick. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was some sort of like Trader Melee team in the very beginning. We have faith in 18 Mailbox CC. Yeah, that's very true. I think some of the top players, I think it's really just going to come down to learning the gimmick to the fight and then seeing how it works and then coming up with a team for it. So that doesn't even feel like a festival, though. It feels like a slightly inflated seasonal event plus diamonds. Yeah, it kind of does. It's kind of odd. I mean, it has all of the like events and stuff like that, the boosting stuff and everything that a festival would have. But it's definitely a bit of an odd occurrence. So what kind of want the 4v4 event where you can use the same character multiple times again, so I can see Arthur, and Arthur. That could be kind of funny. It's a lot of like taunting and stuff going on. That'd be crazy. They haven't done that one, but like I think they've only done that one like one time, so I don't know if they even plan to bring that one back. For the ultimate, it applies protection of peace to all allies for 3 turns. So it looks like that, I think, is consistent across the board. It's always 3 turns. Inflicts crush damage by 650. So 650 is the max. Lower end is 400. To all enemies and seals enemy skill card effects, including ultimates, for 2 turns. So I think the 2 turns part is also consistent. Increases base stats by 30%. That actually on the low end is 5%. And then whatever this bottom part is, I don't even see this on the translations anywhere. Something about 40%, but I don't even know what that is because Kane doesn't have anything about 40% in here. Yeah, I don't know on that. Scaling and such. This page is never going to translate. It just is what it is. Refresh the page, Trust. Maybe. The page itself is loading somewhat. Like, it's not completely like quick like a normal web page would be, but maybe the translation thing is just kind of screwed up at the moment. Oh, well, I don't know that there's much else for me to mess around with because I can't translate the page. I mean, I kind of want to see what this and this are. Maybe this. Oh, this is probably Heroes Arena stuff for seasonal boosts and stuff like that. Fortnite stream now? Nah, probably not. I have been thinking about streaming Elden Ring, though, because I want to make a new playthrough of Elden Ring so that I can get ready for the DLC. But I'm not sure. I don't think I want to do it on YouTube because YouTube like is very like algorithm stuff. So it could be kind of cool to mess around, like do like Twitch streams or something like that to play other games. Sleeping stream. That I don't know how entertaining that would be. It would be very low effort on my part, obviously. So you know, if that's what we got to do, I don't necessarily think that would be the best option. My page translated. Damn, unfortunate for me. Gilda got her Hawk Piss outfit before Arthur festival. That is kind of odd that they chose to do her like right out of the gate. LR Escanor, Red Escanor, and the one Escanor, the ultimate Escanor, are going to stop every team. Yeah, we'll see about that. Have no problem translating the page with Firefox. Well, I mean, I'm on Firefox, so I don't know. Maybe mine's just kind of screwed at the moment. Can I translate this page out of curiosity? It looks like it's trying to do something. It's just the main page that doesn't seem... Yeah, it literally translated the other page just fine. It's just the main page that doesn't want to translate for some reason. Very odd, very odd. I already watched you sleep, so it's nothing new to me. True. Might be skill issue translating, to be honest. I guess so. It's a skill issue. I'm bad. It is what it is. Translate web pages. I mean, if I can just get this to work, it'll be fine. I really don't want to download like a whole new extension or whatever, but might have to in the future. Definitely not working. Would you consider doing solo farm teams for OG Demon? I mean, soloing OG Demon is like mainly just for the whatchamacallit? The like that little like gym bonus that you get, like the little challenge quest thing. I don't necessarily think that farming it is, like I don't think there would even be a consistent team that you could use to solo farm it. Like you're basically just going to always want to have to bring like some sort of AI in. Like there's really no reason not to bring an AI at the very least in to help you like fight it, because it's just going to make it that much faster, and the CC that you would have on solo is not even like viable. Like you wouldn't be able to solo, I don't think, like not consistently anyways. See Nollet in his underwear is normal. True. I'm in my underwear right now. Oh. Oh, I thought it was actually doing something for a second. What if I make a new thing? What if I open a new browser? That was pretty wishful thinking, I think. That's so weird. Why would it do this page but not the other page? Just joined. Hey, man, welcome to the stream, bro. OnlyFans era, true. My villain arc. Only Friends, the better version, true. Come on. I guess we're chilling, though. I guess we're good. I don't think there's really anything else for us to talk about. I got to make a video kind of going over this stuff anyway, so I guess we'll just kind of end off. I'll try to wait for this thing to finally translate, but I do really appreciate you guys coming by and hanging out. We had like over 200 people in here at one point, which is awesome. It always kind of baffles me by how many people we kind of have coming by and hanging out in the stream and stuff like that. I really do appreciate it. I love you guys. Thank you for the support and all that good stuff. It really does mean a lot that you guys choose to come to me and just hang out and chat with me, because obviously it would be super boring if I was just in here watching Japanese people talk to themselves, because I don't understand it for however long. So very cool of you. I appreciate it. Meant the old demons, since you can repeat them now. Oh, yeah, potentially. That could actually be kind of interesting, because you can solo farm those pretty easily. You can see the sun rising in the background for real. Yeah, I know the I think I have my new set of like pull down blinds or whatever coming in as well today, so I'll be able to stop that from being like a blinding light during the videos and stuff like that. So that'll be kind of helpful, because like if I go to full cam, like you can see that the sun is, you know, it's come up at this point, but normally it's just like a bright blinding white light. But I'll have some new shades coming in today, and I'll try to install those so that way I can kind of stop it from being a nuisance in the background of videos and stuff like that. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out. It means a lot. It's very cool. Called it. Man's gonna nap his ass off. I typically, whenever these streams happen, I don't end up going back to sleep. Because I'm already like awake and I've been, you know, sitting here at the computer for like 2 hours. I'm not really all that sleepy. So I'll probably just stay up for the rest of the day. Plus, surprisingly, I was able to go to sleep at a decent time last night. So I'm actually not I'm not too lacking on sleep, which is good. So this will be awesome for newer players. Yeah, I think that could actually be kind of good. Like if you're pulling for like new festival characters and stuff, they're always so broken OP anyway that you could probably solo farm with them. So thank you for the great stream again tonight. Hopefully you take care and have a great night. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's morning for me. It's right at 9 a.m. So we're chilling. I'm gonna be up for the rest of the day. You guys have a great day yourself. If it's, you know, if you're in the Asia sort of area, then I'm assuming it is going to be nighttime for you guys. So have a great night. All that good stuff. I will see you guys later on.